Welcome back, one and all, once again, to the Brexit Estate, hard by the darkest dungeon in the lee of a rather particularly and unpleasant-looking world. I mean, look at that place. That's not somewhere to go for a nice bit of sunshine on your holidays. You know, that's more like... Oh, there's a little bit of durdle door there, kind of Corf mullen. Don't know what that is. Some kind of hole in the hill. So, we're looking for... I don't quite think we can afford to fund a medium-length expedition. Let's go for... we're going to go for this one. Now, there was an interesting event that occurred in the hamlet a little while ago. There was a jester passing through by the name of Dylan who, you know, performed some of his latest songs at the tavern. And these three old men-at-arms, their hearing isn't quite what it used to be, and they'd misheard the lyrics, and so... But they found it quite catchy, so for a few days afterwards, they were kind of strolling around humming, "Sooner or later, one of us must go," because they misheard the word no. So I think one of them might soon be shuffling off. Now, it can't be Tesco, because he's got a horrible disease that could be very contagious, and we can't really let him go and infect other settlements. It could be Venga Felgren, who actually can get a cheap armour upgrade, and I should do that while it's still possible. And then there's Gunter, who is just a nervous wreck at the moment, really. So, let's get Venga into the blacksmith's, get his armour refitted, a few new plates, padding relined. Not that we can afford any more upgrades, so we need, we need 5 deeds for the weaponsmith, and even more, and 5 deeds for the barracks. Probably not going to get those in the Weald, but we'll try. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get a Twilight Knight at the end of it. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, the joy. Let's just check if the game has turned on deck-based stagecoach just to annoy me. It has not. That's wonderful. Good-o. Right. We might be able to afford to send one person in for some kind of treatment in a stress reduction facility, so let's bear that in mind. The Kurgan is totally insane. Let's send him off there. These 4 heroes deserve a rest. They've done very well. Actually, Fennel needs a catch-up mission. And with her bleed removal, that's actually quite a good synergy. Now, Tescatoro's Weald Explorer. Extra scouting chance in the Weald. And since we're going there anyway, we might as well send him. Plus, he's fairly inexperienced and could perish, at which point I don't know if his infection would go into the land, if it would go into the graveyard, but it could be bad. And we could do with some kind of mainstream healer here. And Shafiq is very, very, very disturbed, so let's send Hakim. She's not really a healer, but we could kind of do it for money at the moment. And since she is so very disturbed, and she's not... Oh, she likes her food. Let's send her to the inn and she can... Well, I was going to send her to eat, drink and be merry, but... This fellow, who I suspect is the head of the evil cult, just happens to be there, relieving all the stress he's suffered recently. It's like, all the other townspeople have suffered stress. Why are you singled out? Oh wait, there's the town crier as well now, so that theory doesn't quite hold as much water as before. But it's still a distinct possibility that should not be overlooked. So, she will go and get some privacy in the cloister and practice accounting. Because she likes her money. You know, much too expensive for the moment. But how about we just tidy up that a little bit? Yeah. It's a short mission. We should earn just a little bit more than... I mean, it's like 3,000 if we do it, plus whatever we find. There's a good chance we'll get that 900 extra. Right, skills. Oh, you don't have bolster. This is going to be rough. And do you have... yeah, you got pretty good skills there. You got all... and all. Wonderful. Actually, is there anyone else here who's seriously stressed out? I think we're going to... that'd be really good, because there's an occultist in the party. But having these two... look, having no reclaim means you're relying on him getting badly damaged to redeem. I think no reclaim but heavy on the redeem and suffering would be useful when he's a bit more experienced. But for now, we'll just have to do what we can. Into the world! Actually, according to who you listen to, it could be pronounced wold. Not weld, though. Right. She's wasting away, isn't she? He is only craving. He's got the pangs of hunger. No, don't need more torches. No, yeah, we do. I thought I was buying more. I thought these were torches for some stupid reason from over there. I saw someone I was playing recently, and they had their blooming campfire bundles were circular. They had this weird new icon for it that I'd never seen before, and I wondered what mod they were using that had done that. Purely because I thought they'd got some kind of trinkets or some sort of Crimson Curse related stuff I hadn't seen yet. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, what's that? And then they camped with it. So weird. Right. Some bandages, 1, 2 shovels, extra one because it's for wheels because we need a few more. 1 of those, 2 of those, none of these because we don't really need them here very much. It's almost worth getting one, but most runs you won't need one. So also, money's tight, gotta keep a bit of budget for the next mission.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Okay, new plan. Right. just to get it down a little bit, you know, down to about 60. Right. You, my sweetheart, you got flies buzzing around you, and that is not a good thing. You know, she's been in denial. She's been craving the blood. Now she's wasting away. Let us, for the first time in this playthrough, feed her some of the blood and see what happens. So the flies have gone away, and she's gone back down to the basic Crimson Curse. So the curse has abated somewhat. She no longer holds unnatural desires, because she doesn't have access to the internet, thankfully.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Now actually, when I say she no longer has unnatural desires, she cuts up dead bodies for fun to try and understand how they work. If you pay attention to some of her dialogue barks when she gets stressed out, she actually indicates that she's a serial killer who's killed at least 8 people and dissected them in a cabin in the woods and stashed them away in the cellar so no one else would find them, just so she could improve her anatomical precision because the university chucked her out for having unacceptable views. Oh wait, this is interesting. That black line there is... There's a reason that black line across the moustache awkwardly is interesting. Because it's the walk sprite and the shield. It relates to an issue I was having attempting to reskin the Man-at-Arms a while back, where in the combat pose, a tiny little bit of a top of a helmet I'd given was somehow going into the shield space and projecting up over the face because it was part of the shield cell in the combat sprite, not in the walk sprite or the idle sprite though. So that black line there, I don't think it's related to the shield, but it is interesting because it's the exact same place that the other black line I was experiencing was. Anyway, let's venture into this chamber and see what lies in wait. Nothing so far. That's wonderful. And yet, something has snuck up upon us. Oh, the dogs! I hate the dogs. They're really annoying. Die, dog, die!
Executed with impunity.
Now, Hakim's from the Middle East. He has interesting ideas about dogs. He might, well, he might see them as a cultural delicacy, for all we know. So let's just be careful and sensitive of his cultural values, and maybe if it was someone's pet and not some wild dog, we might say, hey, no, just leave it, not your dog, you know? In fact, don't even treat your dog like that, that's horrible, even though dogs are horrible, most of them. I don't see any wild cats attacking us here, do you? No. Stop then. Right.
Continue the onslaught.
2 dogs down.
Them
Much better.
all.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Slice. And whack.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Okay. Could have sworn I brought 3 shells. Did we really? Because, wait. We didn't have to. I don't think we had to use one there. I don't think we had to use one there. Where did it go? What, did I really only bring 2 to the Weald? Ah, that's madness. Okay, quick paranoia check. Good, it's all recording. That's great. So I've lowered my microphone volume now after the last 2 videos, just in case that is an issue. And let's pull this fellow to the front so he can't blast all of us with his blunderbuss, and he resists. Then let's attempt to flay him alive. Okay, it didn't work either. Acid! Got him! Now these fellows with the double blades, they like to do group strikes on the front, and he likes to go do group shots, so just retribution, because he's likely to get caught in a AoE attack soon anyway. What did I say? What did I just say? I called it. I called it. Right. Flog him. That worked. That worked nice. Let's get a bit of blood back in there. You crazy nut job. Serial killer.
Gently.
Chirurgeon.
Our life is taken.
Interesting, chirurgeons practice the art of chirurgery. Not surgery. Or chirurgery. Well, it's chirurgery, which would occasionally be pronounced chirurgery instead of chirurgery. And that's how it morphed into the word surgery in common use. And I only know this because one of the guys at my local gaming club, well, he used to come to my local gaming club, did a lot of reenactment from the sort of Elizabethan to Age of Enlightenment period, and did like dissertations on the life and times of a medieval barber surgeon, and really, really, really knew his stuff. And he was a hairdresser in real life, so, you know, lovely bloke. If you ever meet him, he's really nice. Shame I haven't seen him in the last few years. I hope he's okay.
Weakened.
Right. This is time to just finish this one.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
So yeah, if a wonderful hero turns up in town who we really need, one of those men-at-arms is probably going to go. Because, I mean, free... I don't think I've often been fortunate enough to have 3 men-at-arms before, but okay, he went to the front, that's absolutely fine.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
How many weeks has the Kurgan been in a state of rapture now? This is actually concerning. We want him to kind of calm down from his like bubble of self-loathing. Because just to sustain that... Oh no. Great, just great. Just wonderful. That's all we need. So... Forgive me, but I must make absolutely sure there's no blood. Oh, Tescatorrid, he's now wasting away for lack of the blood. Let's light a torch for this chamber. I mean, generally it's one torch per hallway, but the dungeons are now larger and the hallways aren't always 5 squares anymore. They're now like as small as 1 square, as big as like 7 squares sometimes. And let's try a double stun because the green spiders at the back are really nasty. Just saying. And double resist. So they're going to try and web him to keep... try and web her. Nope, acid spit. Well, poisonous, venomous spit. It's a spitting spider! Now this is where the fun begins. Sort of. Really, not a lot. Double bleed. Please. Just one of them would be nice. Double it is! So as I said, little creatures like the pig spitters and the spiders, and now that's marked, that's bad. That's really bad. This is going to... and stunned as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to guard the Plague Doctor, because she is taking extra damage from a lot of their attacks. She's stunned, she's blighted, and that's really not very good. Weaklings, wear your wounds of honor! And let's just offset that blight damage a little. And so now they're going for her, but they're getting him, and he doesn't have riposte up yet. But we'll be fixing that soon. He's marked as well, so we really want to get that riposte up, but we're probably going to get about 2 more spiders. Well, maybe 1. Maybe just 1 more spider before he gets a turn. Nope, both of them. I really need to stop calling this and bloomin' heck.
Momentary abatement.
Well, he just made things worse, didn't he? Right. Bash you because you're bleeding, and that might just... yeah, that should finish him off. Right. And let's make it even worse and see if he can bleed again. He doesn't bleed again. That's great. Are you down to... oh no, because you have Endure hotkeyed instead of the other, instead of Redemption. I have to fix that. Oh, he is so close to... right, let's alleviate that bleed and blight. Double value from the 1 skill there. And now the counter-attacks begin. Who wants slash back? 50, 50, 50. Oh god, that was such a terrible advert. Why did they put that on late at night?
Unforgiving.
I hate adverts. Which coincidentally is why you won't see adverts on my channel. I mean, yeah, product endorsements occasionally, but never really paid ones. That's not my style. Apparently hitting isn't Tesca's style either. Otherwise he'd be
to perform beyond one's limits.
performing much better at the moment, but you know, he's in... look, there's mosquitoes buzzing around him, desperate to get at what little blood remains inside him, okay? They want to suck it all out. Actually, maybe they've been sucking it all out already. If it's like a swampy, nasty land... see, I was thinking like Dartmoor, but if it's more like, say, the Everglades or something, around the hamlet, that could make a lot... then the mosquitoes could be coming for him, because he's infected and they can sense it in his blood. And it's like mosquito monsters and all the evolution things, and they're like, you know, related. Yeah. And you need to stop bleeding.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Oh great, it's going to be like just before the end of the combat, isn't it? I really need to stop doing this.
Back to the pit.
That's not even going in the pack. That's getting chugged right now. Matey boy, you are drinking this foul, disgusting stuff. And getting better. That was a sheer stroke of luck. Compared to all the bad luck we had, you know what, I'll take it, it's much better. It's let's call it balanced and pretend it's balanced, and that is move resistance much. Oh, yep. Yep. Gotta be you, pal. Let's see if there's anything nice in here. There is indeed. And another one of these. That is Bloodstoke pages from a journal. This isn't Darius Verhoeven. This is... I think this is the one who... Yeah. I can't remember what voice I gave that narrator. I'll have to look into it. Might even have to listen back to some old sessions. Hey, if you want to go check the... It's the one with page 6 of 6 about, going back to the ocean, going back to the sea. And, it's not, we all come from the ocean, unto her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. And at that point, the second part of the round kicks in with the higher voices joining in. And, it's not a bad song, it's a nice, good old prana chant, but not quite what I'm looking for at the moment. At the moment I'm looking for room battles and attempting to... It's spiders again! Okay, let's try for the double stun. Maybe it'll work this time. Maybe... Well, it was a maybe. Okay, tentacles! Not quite enough. Double bleed! Aha! And that moves you into mace range, my friend. Very soon. Oh no, he's marked. We have a marked hero, and it's not a tough one. Let's make it a tough one. Who will be the target of those attacks?
The blood.
Oh, I say tough. We need to give him a bit more life. Yep, Teskatorid needs to get a life, and the life he's getting is coming from the Kurgan. There can only be one life transfer per round. Of course, you realise that's ironic, because in the Highlander movie he actually says there can be only one, not there can only be one. It's just that there can only be one actually scans better scansion. And plus for years, that's what I thought it was. You can just imagine this whole load of spoof adverts and stuff. There can only be one newspaper in the morning. There can only be one bowl of breakfast cereal. You could just keep recycling it for years and years and years as a really cheesy blooming in-joke gag punchline thing, whatever. In the meantime, that spider in rank 2 really needs to be put out of business. But the flagellant has other things in mind, and you know what? I'm not going to complain, that was okay. However, now we got a mace and we're not afraid to use it. More blood.
But a victory nonetheless.
It's actually more than we needed, that's concerning. Steady Bracer, range skills, you're full. You know what, he's got nothing else, but this is more of something for a grave robber, an arbalist, a musketeer, that kind of character. But for now, I don't know, we've come across a lot of spiders. Lowering his dodge anymore might be bad. 14 is plus 4 from a light level. Yeah, we're not going to lower it. Light gets dark, he's in serious trouble. Short hallway, and a dog again, of course. Just my luck. Actually, next door's dog hasn't barked so much tonight, so that's good. Can I get rank 3? I can. Have it! Yep. That's not quite 5. Right, let's remove this bleed. Let's not remove this bleed, because he won't let us. Let's just blight it down and make... Well, it's highly resistant to blight. Oh no, it's not resistant enough. Haha! Right, you, my friend, are getting guarded. Just because we can.
And improvement.
You know, I can see why people are complaining the narrator talks too often now. It makes commentary difficult. Oh, 1 point and a bleed. That's the occultist for you. That's why the Vestal is just better. Because she is. If you've got half a brain, you'll know it. Nice. Wait, was that a critical slow heal? I think it was. That's impressive. Or was it just 2 of them at once? No, it wasn't 2 at once. Let's make it 2 at once. If he lets me. I do not attack you, it is the light that seeks to purify you! Oh, you flaming idiot! Had to go and make things difficult, didn't you?
Just a momentary abatement.
If that skeleton get... Yep, here we go. Death's door almost! Right, let's see if we can... It's more than nothing. That's good. And bandages. We have plenty of bandages. Well, we have enough. Now, crush that thing. To just pulverize it with that mace.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the
That was
task
close.
at hand.
Okay, more money. We're not doing too well for those deeds we wanted, those 5 deeds. Probably have to get them somewhere else. I think this is a new room with the hand tree with all the hands hanging off it. It's actually is very Kingdom Death, that is. The heart-shaped hole. Right, the new rooms. There's a new room in each dungeon, a new room background, and you'll see the one in the ruins. It's just got like a big fat wall with a few archways in it and stuff like that. But the thing I've noticed about these new rooms is I wonder if they got another artist in to do them, because the style, the art is just more exaggerated and cartoony. Like, this tree is a lot bigger than it would have been in the other rooms. So the new rooms, to me, they don't match the style of the existing rooms quite so much, and it really jars for me, actually. Bit of a major pain in the bum. But hey, you know what? The developers are happy with it. It's up to their standards, so that's fine. It's just something I have to put up with. And anyone else who doesn't like it, I suppose. It's going to be a bloody fight all the way back there. There has to be. It's, you know, maximum distance dungeon again. Just to really mess with me. Right, speaking of messing. Mate, you need to switch those skills again. Just seriously, do it. First round of next fight. As long as I have control of him, it's happening. You know where it's going, right? I mean, it's just flaming obvious. Yeah. Redemption is at hand. Oh my god. Redemption is at hand. That's why they put a hand in the icon for redemption, isn't it? Redemption is at hand. And of course it's got the word red in it for that red gore dripping off it. Redemption is at hand, or at least it will be in about 2 chambers' time. Because for now, we must brave this corridor of fairly innocuous... Oh, he's gonna... Is he chaving stuff? You chav. You fucking chav. The only reason I'm keeping you around right now is you're the only flagellant I've got. I hate chavs. With a passion. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, you're chaving it. Or maybe just don't be a chav. You know, that'd be nice.
Mechanical hazards.
That'd be nice for everyone.
Possessed by evil intent.
Just, yeah, I could have saved it for the fight, but... And he was on fairly full health, but I thought, no, not this time. And this should be an empty room as well. It is, indeed. A vacant chamber, although that is not intimidating. You know, that is not inspiring. It's like, hey, they kill things and skin them and stick their heads over their doors. What do you think they're going to do to us if we pick a fight with them? Probably, like, kill us, flay us, you know, tie us to stakes outside town to send a message. Nope, we have a flagellant. He is determined to experience all the pain and suffering. There we go. That's more like it. Right. Torch. And go. Oh, so much blight. Let's send in the abyssal artillery. It's not much, it's a start. Putting a double bleed on the back would be important, but redemption is at hand. And there we go. Much nicer. Right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, double stun is on the go. And double resisted. Just great. Okay, I'd really like a Twilight Night when I get back into town to make up for this run. It's not the worst run I've been on, but it would be nice to see her again. She's been missing from this. She hasn't even turned up yet, but you know, she's graced so many other campaigns of her presence. But not this one, though. Courageous! Yes, so, I don't know if I mentioned this before, sometimes heroes become virtuous instead of afflicted. See, afflicted, virtuous. Virtues are great, by the way. They do really wonderful things. They turn a hero into an actual hero. Something that you could look at and say, yes, that is a hero. He's doing really well right now and the tentacles fail to even manifest. Of course. Now, at this point, it's not worth setting up the counterattacks. Oh, wait, I'm guarding the wrong person. Okay, double bleed! We need to get rid of these first because they mark targets. And this thing does a lot of damage to mark targets, but you know what, we're just going to go with it. Double mark in the front. Just to help keep people up. But he's guarding, so he's a bit tougher. You know, a little bit. 25% prot. It's not as much, well, it's about the same actually, yeah. It's about the same prot as... Huh! But it does stack with itself, so it can be more. Interesting, so Bulwark of Faith and... It's interesting that before the DLC, my favourite party was something like Crusader in the front, Manatons behind, then a Vestal, then in the back would either be a Plague Doctor or an Arbalest, or Crossbowman woman. Musketeer, depending on where I wanted to go and what I wanted the party to do, but it was just a firm, solid formation, very reliable. It worked, did what it needed to. Speaking of doing what it needs to, there's some bleed to alleviate here, so let's get on with that. That was blight, wasn't it? That wasn't bleed. I know why I said bleed, it's because I was about to do this. And that should get rid of at least one of them. Let's guard... No, he's got a double attack. Let's guard him because he's blighted. Yeah. And I'm glad that I did, because now we can have blight on the front rank as well. But he resisted! Good for him. Maybe he's getting a bit tougher after all. Hey, I could transfer that protection stone across to Tescatori, but let's just alleviate some of the damage there. Obviously we're going to have a double venom removal here at the start of the next round. Rend the marked, that's the attack. And at higher levels it really does mess you up quite badly. Okay, new round, Battlefield Medicine. The important thing about Battlefield Medicine is that it also cures the Plague Doctor, so she doesn't ever need to use it on herself unless she's really low on health and no one else can heal her in time, and yeah, there's no other suitable candidates. Speaking of suitable candidates, you need healing. And you may then be able to offload that hit. 10 of 21, I think he'll be able to do it. Right. Bosh! Come on, come on. Redemption. Oh, wait, is he going to hit himself to make it? No, he didn't. But, redemption! I'm not going to say it again. There are roads to it, and it's nothing to do with motorbikes and some stupid computer game no one plays or likes. So some people complained about because it was... Wait, is that the other one? Or... Anyway. Let's start getting rid of these, shall we? Because they are the last things that stand between us and victory. Victory shall not be denied. And that bleed shall be denied, though. We'll be denying the bleed. That's not bleeding, is it? Let's just do it anyway. And crunch. And I don't mean some spoof heavy metal magazine. Right. Okay then. 2 damage, 2 damage. Just need 2 damage.
A devastating blow.
Well struck, sir.
This expedition at least promises success.
And of course, as I say, well struck, so he'd probably respond with, Hakim does not acknowledge your Western cultural titles. And we're like, okay, alright, we're just showing a bit of respect, you know.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought.
Oh, I think we're going to get a bit less. No, we got about 7,000. Okay, that's not bad at all. We got 2 of the 5 deeds we want. Well, really we want 13 deeds, but yeah. Might be able to get a small upgrade in town. Tesker can finally get his armor upgraded. Evasive Flagellant could actually be good, because he wants to survive at low health levels. Winded, so, you know, if he gets badly hurt, it's just, whoa. Yeah, it kind of stuns him, it takes a while to recover. And Zoophobia, the fear of animals and beasts, and yeah, that might have to go straight in the... Oh no, but you got the Crimson Curse, I can't send you to the hospital, or you might infect it. You might infect the staff or the other patients.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Okay, I now know for a fact that we can get to the districts without having to defeat the crocodile and do the first Crimson Curse quest. Cornerstones! The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. 1 blueprint awarded. District buildings. The hamlet is growing, and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive, but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. As blueprints. Blue ghosted blueprint. No. I like that. It does look very ethereal and intangible, like something that won't stick around for very long because it'll be consumed and used and gobbled up and gone. These rare loot items are age-old plans for expanding the hamlet. They are consumed when constructing new buildings in the districts. Blueprints are guarded by bosses. I think the normal level bosses, the low level bosses, level 1 bosses don't drop them, but every level 2 and level 3 boss has a chance to drop them. I don't know what it is. The game patched recently to allow those of us with older saves to get backdated blueprints of the bosses we've already defeated, but it doesn't seem to work very... It's like, out of my other saves, like, one of them got 3 backdated blueprints, and the rest have got, like, none, so there's something dodgy going on. I think you have to wait for the blueprints event to come up, but that one didn't. It was like, okay, you just get 3 straight away, and then the event came the next week, and it was like, okay, fine, thank you very much. I just got 3 for loading it. It was weird. So there's something going on there. Shafiq, doing her accounting in the Abbey, just got really frustrated and couldn't concentrate, and now she has the unquiet mind quirk, so she cannot go meditate while in town. But at least she's not irrational anymore, and Estella no longer misses the spot. Let us look at the stagecoach. No Twilight Night. This is most disappointing. Alright, let's see. Pennant, the Seeker Jester. Stout. But okay. Not great, but it is okay. Bookie! Or Bussy! Not bloodthirsty, oh goodness, and light sensitive. Nah, we got an okay occultist already. Quivrement? I suppose I like quiver, so shit, quiver of bolts, or a case of bolts, so that's interesting. Natural swing. Natural swing improves. Oh, it's not the only melee accuracy one. It's okay. So it's not great. And flagellant. Well, we kind of got a flagellant over here, and he's not doing very great of a moment. Oh goodness, look at the kleptomaniac. We can't afford to remove that either. That is just ugh. And then finally Pippin. But as you know, he's only got one piece, so it's piping. Or it's French, so it's like pepin. Hard. So, yep, extra stun resistance. His healing skills while camping. That's his healing skills when he uses them. Either to himself or others. So we don't really need anyone from the stagecoach this week, which is very disappointing. We can upgrade either of these, but I think we'll just hold off and try and get at least that one and some of the Abbey done first. So that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you all next time. And maybe we'll finally get a Twilight Night, or get a party worthy of sending into the Crimson Courtyard. But for now, I'll say bye-bye and see you all in the next one. Toodaloo!